All right, so for the first set of across the floors, I have all of the dancers line up on the side of the room, which is typically next to the portable ballet bar. And they just line up, and I tell them, okay, everyone, glue your backs to the bar. We're all lining up to the side. And as they line up to the side, I tell them, okay, do you think we're going to go all together at the same time or one dancer at a time? And of course, they reply, one dancer at a time. So I'm like, okay, we're going to take turns when I call out your name. Calling out their names in this age group of classes is huge. It helps you remember their names. It also helps, you know, catch their attention better and just keep it a little bit more organized. So I'll say, okay, my first dancer, Jessica, go. And first I explain it, of course. So I tell them, all right, everyone, let me see your airplane arms. So before we even start with the music, show me your airplane arms. I go, are your airplane arms going to buck up and down like a chicken? They're like, no. Are they going to flap up and down like a bird? No. Are they going to stay frozen? Yes. So it goes back to, again, asking them really engaging questions to get them involved. And it also helps kind of eat up class time too, so they don't get so tired. So I tell them, okay, hold your arms. I go, do you think we're going to kick really low or really high? And of course, they're going to say really high. And I'll be like, okay, show me. Let's all practice together before we do it for real. And there's lights on the top of the ceiling in that room, and I like to say, aim for the lights. And then I just tell them, you know, we're going to kick our legs. And I said, what do you think our back should do? And I go, keep it straight. But what about our toes? Should they be flexed or pointing down to the floor? And they'll say pointed. But what about our knees? Bent or straight? Straight. And so just working on all those things and holding the arms. So then we go one dancer at a time, and I explain to them, okay, we're going to do step high kicks. I demonstrate for it across the mat. They go across the mat because, I forgot to mention that you're going to have two long lines of mats, or two panels of mats lined up that they start their warm-up on, and then when they do their across the floors, they'll go across the mat too. So I'll tell them, okay, go ahead. They go across the mat. They're going to go one foot at a time, kicking their legs. They take turns, and then I say, at the very end, you get to hit any pose of your choice. Dancers, can you show me an example of a pose? And then they already usually go hit a pose, and you can show them too. Some who are really shy, and they might just go like that. I go, hey, that's a pose, awesome. Like, just encourage them. If they don't know what a pose is, I explain it's any dance move that you freeze. It could be on the floor, it could be standing up, you can use your arms, you can use your legs, whatever you want. It's your special pose, you get to choose. So they hit their pose, and then I tell them to run back, and then the next dancer and the next dancer goes. As they're going across, just make sure you're giving them feedback like good, you know, help pointing their toes, you know, clapping for them, encouraging the class to clap, just keeping it upbeat and loud and energized and engaging. So we start the music, and then they go one at a time. They're just doing their step high kicks across the floor. Then I go, hit your pose, and then they pose, and then we clap for them, and then they love that, and then they run back, and then I'll call the next dancer until everyone's gotten their turn. Then after we do our kicks, we've been working on something a little bit more trickier that I tell them. After we do our first set of kicks across the floor, we repeat and go, do you guys want to try something trickier? And of course they say yes. So for this one, I go, okay, it's a little different. We're going to count to 2, and we're going to do 2 normal kicks. So when they go across, they repeat again. They're going to do 1, then 2, then I tell them on count 3, that's your special count. You're gonna grab your leg and pull it into your nose, and you get to bend your other leg to help you. So plie, and you're gonna hold it for 2 seconds, and then they all practice that. And I go, okay, so what number do we do it on? 3. So then they take turns again. 1, kick, 2, third one, grab your leg. And they go across the floor. That's just a little variation to keep it a little, you know, trickier for them. Then same thing, they hit their pose at the end and run back, and we clap for them. So that's our first set of across the floors.